Hi, my name is Dr. Amy Gusick, and I am the curator for anthropology at the Natural History Museum in Los Angeles County. And I'm also the NAGPRA officer for the Los Angeles County family of museums, which is the Natural History Museum of Los Angeles County and the La Brea Tar Pits. So I am interested in, I'm an archaeologist, and I am broadly interested in better understanding maritime ancient maritime cultures and maritime history and how people first came into what is now North and South America. And I'm particularly interested in understanding better how people respond to major climate events, climate changes, sea level rise, droughts, all these things that occur throughout and have occurred throughout our human history and are certainly impacting us again today. So I will be talking about in my talk some of my research that I do, which is actually a little bit unique because I focus both on terrestrial archaeology and also submerged archaeology. So because of the time period that I'm interested in, which is about 10,000 to 15,000 years ago, this is a time period where there was lots and lots of sea level rise within what's now California and really all around the world. It's after the end of the last ice age, and all the water that was trapped in those glaciers melted and sea levels rose almost all over the world. And so as a result of that, some of the landscapes that we're interested in as archaeologists that date to say 10 to 15, 8, 20,000 years ago are now actually underwater. And this situation is really severe here within California, and particularly on the Northern Channel Islands, which are off of Santa Barbara, which is where I do most of my research. Those islands actually only 25% of what you see of those islands today is actually what was above sea level at the time that people were first on there. So 75% of that landscape is underwater. So a lot of the work that I do focuses on understanding paleo landscape reconstruction. I go on ships. I work with a lot of marine geologists, marine biologists, marine geophysicists. We do these really big interdisciplinary projects, which are really great science and really, really fun to do, honestly. And we try to understand better that submerged environment and how it relates to the current terrestrial environment and how people organize themselves across that landscape. So cultures that lived there 10,000 or 15,000 years ago, what types of resources did they use? How did they use that landscape? And certainly, how did they respond to this massive amount of sea level rise that we know occurred during this particular time period? So my talk for California Lutheran University is going to be about this research that I do, about this underwater archaeological research. And I can certainly talk a bit about what underwater research looks like, particularly along the Pacific coast of the Americas, this kind of Eastern Pacific shoreline here. And I'll talk a bit about the cultures that we know about that have been here for at least 15,000 years, and what it looked like when they responded to this really massive amount of sea level rise and massive amounts of climate change that occurred around this time period where there was lots of changes. There was the extinction of a lot of the megafauna. So I work with my colleagues at the tar pits as well to understand those interactions, human megafauna interactions. Lots of stuff went on during this time period. So it's a really exciting time period, and I'm happy to share it with you. So please join us virtually. The talk will be virtual on August 5th, Monday, August 5th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. And I look forward to chatting with everybody about the research that I do and yeah, and anything else you want to ask me. So thank you so much. I'll see you then.